Hey guys, today this one's gonna have a little bit more of a casual vibe, but don't worry, I'm gonna give you all the numbers up front because I know that's what you're most interested in. Let's get into it. So all the numbers right up front. First of all, last year, 2024, from ad revenue, I made $71.25. Now here's a little bit of context with that. That was on a channel with 1,250 subs, 78 videos, and it took us 444 days to get into the YouTube partner program to get that monetization. So we got monetized at the beginning of September in 2024, and throughout the rest of the year made that $71.25. Now, yes, that is not that much money. That's honestly like less than $1 per video with our 78 videos. So the good news is early on this channel, I went in pretty hard and worked on other forms of monetization. And so I actually have some other very much more exciting numbers to share with you, and I'll do that right now. Like I said, right up here at the front of the video. I'm not gonna make you search around for it, skip ahead through the video. Okay. $500 from UGC. This is sponsored videos off platform. So UGC stands for user generated content. This is something that a lot of companies are out there looking for these days. So basically what happens is it's sort of a sponsored video to some extent where they might send you a product, or if you have a product, you can create a video for the company and then they will pay you for that video. So I made just over $500 on this channel from doing this UGC style content where I'm making content essentially for a company, and then they are paying me a specific amount for that content. And then typically I can also make affiliate commissions off that. We're gonna talk about that here in just a second. Okay, the next number I have for you in 2024 made just over $1,000 from brand deals. Now, to be completely transparent and upfront with you here, this is from a single brand deal. We kind of just started doing the monetization in 2024 and only got one brand deal, but it was a pretty significant one. Like I said, I can't disclose the exact amount that was in the contract, but it was significantly over $1,000, which is pretty good for a channel with 1,250 subscribers. So I was really excited about that. We'll go in a little bit more depth later on. After I share all these numbers, I'm gonna tell you exactly how I got connected with these people and how we did this monetization. Again, this is gonna be a little bit more of a chill video, chill vibe. So I'll get to that here in just a little bit. So $1,000 from the brand deal. Next up, and I mentioned just a little bit earlier, affiliate revenue. We did just over $5,000 in affiliate revenue in 2024 from this channel. And that came from a couple different things. That came from a couple different affiliate programs that we were a part of, posting videos on our channel, and then in other places as well. I'll explain that a little bit more. But yeah, $5,000, again, on a channel with 1,250 subs. In my opinion, pretty good. And then lastly, the last number that I'll share with you right here, right up front, was product that we were sent. So I mentioned the UGC videos, I mentioned some affiliate stuff. We were sent a significant amount of products. Now, these aren't just like random products. These are products that I chose to be sent. So it was stuff that I wanted, whether it was to help build the channel that I was working on, or kind of had to do with other hobbies or things that I like. All in all, free products. We were sent over $12,000 in free product. So drum roll, you've probably been adding it up in your head. That's just over, in total, in 2024, monetization on this small YouTube channel with just 1,250 subs, $18,000 was our total. So let me talk to you a little bit about the strategy here. So I mentioned on YouTube, it took us 444 days to get monetized, and that was with the YouTube Partner Program. So it took over 70 videos, 78-ish videos. Now to get monetized in the YouTube Partner Program, it takes 4,000 watch hours and then 1,000 subscribers on the channel. So it took us 444 days to do that. And then we had already applied for early monetization, so we were able to get monetized the day we hit it. And from there, in the next few months, we made $77, which isn't that much. Now, again, to be fair, just like full transparency here, after we got monetized, we actually took a little bit of a publishing break. I don't know why we did that. We were so excited to get monetized, and it was all of a sudden, oh, we're monetized now. Now let's not publish anymore. So that's part of the reason why that number was a little bit low. Also, we had a little bit of a lower RPM. The RPM on some other videos that we started doing were growing. So even this year, we're already seeing better numbers. And probably at the end of 2025, I'll do another video like this. So it's important to realize that YouTube Partner Program, YouTube ads, is not going to be your biggest monetization piece. I think a lot of people want it to be, just because you're making videos on the platform, it feels super easy. But at the end of the day, it's just not the best way to monetize your channel. It is a great way to monetize your channel, don't get me wrong, because it's essentially just money that you can get from putting videos on the platform. But the videos on the platform bring so much more value. And if you're willing to take advantage of that, you can make a lot more money. So monetization that actually worked for us, I'll start with affiliate marketing. That was about our $5,000 number. So we were part of the Amazon affiliate program and then the Amazon influencer program. So they're two sort of connected, sort of separate things. And this is where we made basically all of our affiliate money. So I mentioned some of the videos, like we would make some videos for our channel about a product or, whatever, testing or reviewing it. We'd post that on our channel and then obviously put links like in the description and whatever so that people would go buy product off Amazon. Amazon Influencer also allows you to take videos and then post them on the platform. And there's also other large retailers out there doing this. I believe like Target might do it, maybe Walmart. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure there are other companies getting into this UGC, they call it, user-generated content, where basically if you have a product, you've used it, you've tested it, you've reviewed it, you can basically share your experience and upload those videos to like the Amazon platform. And then when people watch your videos, you end up getting a commission. So it's actually a pretty cool program. There are a lot of people in there. It's been running for a couple years now. Many people who've been in there a long time would tell you that the days of value in the Amazon Influencer program are past. But however, for us, that was not the case. There was a lot of money still to be made there. And so that was it. We promoted a product on our YouTube channel and then also promoted a product directly on Amazon. So I would highly recommend, if you have not participated in affiliate, go do it. It's so awesome. You're just able to capitalize so much more than just your YouTube channel. So on our YouTube channel, we're getting probably a couple hundred views to maybe low thousands per video, which is good. But from a monetization, like affiliate standpoint, really the bigger the numbers, the better. So that's what's really cool about this UGC stuff where you post on the Amazon platform is that you get access to like Amazon or Walmart or Target. You get access to all of their traffic. So it's just a really cool opportunity. Next up, brand deals. So this one's really interesting. I've done a lot of thinking about brand deals over the last few months, especially. And this brand deal specifically that we found for the channel, we found at a conference, met up with a small company that's been growing the last few years and wants to make more relationships with creators. And their product just happened to be a really good fit for the channel. And so they were willing to work with us. And basically, I think what made this work is we were very, number one, interested in the product. It was something we believed in, something that I really like personally, that I would use in my everyday life. But then also, we made it make sense for the company. So when you're a small creator, right, you don't have a lot of reach. But the good news is even for smaller amounts of reach, you can still be of value to a company. So you do that by saying, listen, these are the people who watch my videos, even though it's not that many. The way that brands pay for sponsorships is basically based on how many people are going to see it, and then hopefully how many people are going to convert. So really, by working with a small channel, if they're willing to maybe endure the hassle factor of working with multiple small channels, your prices are just going to be way lower than a ginormous channel would be. So for smaller to mid-sized companies, maybe who are just getting started working with creators, this could be a great opportunity for you to swoop in and say, hey, look, I want to work with you. You can get a lot of bang for your buck on the channel, and we would love to grow, kind of the partnership with creators. We'd love to help you explore that. Anyway, you're just like finding ways to bring value. Something that we pitched to this company specifically was we would basically, they would only pay us per views. So like, let's say if they wanted 10,000 views, I don't think we could guarantee 10,000 views on a video, but what I told them is for X amount of dollars, we will put you in a sponsored segment in our videos until we hit that 10,000 view cap or whatever. And anyway, that's just, you really got to get creative. You can structure it so many different ways that will just make the companies feel like you have the value to bring. So anyway, not to go on too long about that, but that's how we got that. Next up, sponsored content off YouTube. Kind of talked about that with UGC, user-generated content. Highly recommend that. The free products. This one was really interesting. And again, this free product stuff kind of came through the UGC, doing Amazon Influencer, that type of thing. There are companies who will start reaching out to you. And these companies want you to review their products. They want you to work with their products, to test them, to give them feedback. There's a couple that I've worked with pretty extensively on like doing different iterations of their project, like version 1, version 2, version 3, and they'll send me the updated versions, and I'll tell them what I think. So anyway, you can like actually get to work with really good companies or brands. And I've even had the opportunity to work with some pretty well-known brands, surprisingly, just because there's a whole ecosystem there of companies wanting this user-generated content. So do that. But again, that all kind of came from the Amazon influencer program. So once you're in that network, people will start reaching out, and you can also reach out. Something that I ended up doing was just going on Amazon. If there was products that I wanted, I would just go like type in the product that I wanted, find the companies that were selling on Amazon, and I'd reach out to them, say, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is what the value I have to offer to you. Let me know if you'd be interested in working together. And that worked pretty often, but I had to take the initiative to go find those people. So very, very cool. Lastly, money that we didn't go after. So I mentioned earlier that we left a lot of money on the table. So yes, we had a pretty good year for a small channel, but we left a lot of money on the table. No Patreon. We did set up a Patreon, but we didn't push it very actively. We didn't sell any courses. We didn't do any coaching. Now for a small channel, like especially the coaching side can be a really, really good value, depending on the niche, of course, but in our niche, it would have made sense. And so we totally could have had something up, where we had a little link to a calendar, and we could have done coaching on this channel. So that's one that I have a goal for 2025 to implement. I think it would be a great monetization addition, which would be a good bang for the buck as far as how much time we have to spend on it. So anyway, that was one that we did, a couple that we didn't do. So how can you do this? I've mentioned a couple of ways that I've done it. Number one, don't imagine yourself just solely relying on ads. Ads are great, but again, you need volume for that to work. And I would hate for you to be at, 500 subs, 1,000 subs, even 5,000 subs, and feel like you just can't get any traction and then end up giving up because you're not seeing any return from all your investment. I mean, like I said, 444 days before we made a single dollar, that's crazy. Right? Most people are not crazy enough to go like that. And I know some of you out there have been working even longer than that without seeing any money. So I really want you to get past the thought that only monetization on YouTube is your goal. Start thinking of other monetization opportunities that could be your goal that don't have a subscriber count number or a watch hour number attached to that. You can go work with a sponsor at any time if you feel like you could provide that value. So don't limit yourself. Don't have that self-limiting mindset. I think has been so key for me, and just realizing like, hey, if I say I can provide the value, I'm willing to work to show people that I can, then I can do it. And I think this last year was a great example of that. You also need to start thinking like a business. When you're thinking like a business, you're not just thinking about YouTube ad money. You're thinking about how can I diversify my revenue streams? How can I get my name out there? How can I get my brand out there? How can I collaborate with people in the industry? You're just going to be thinking about it in such a different way that you're going to be so much more likely to succeed because you're going to be putting opportunities in front of yourself all the time because you're always out there looking for them. So the mindset shift there is really, really important. The third one, position yourself as an authority. Even if you don't have a lot of followers yet, if this is a hobby that you're in that you've been doing for a long time, maybe you are a professional in something and your channel's small still, but you know a lot about the topic, don't be afraid to position yourself as an authority, especially in these like business sort of back and forths with companies or working with brands, that sort of thing. People will rely on your expertise. And most companies who are willing or interested or at least semi-interested in working with you, they probably have less experience than you do in all the things that you do. So you are the expert there. And so position yourself that way. Make connections in the industry so that you can sort of build up that expertise and authority that you need in the niche to kind of make people respect you. I think that that's really important. And it's not that you have to be an imposter. I know that for me anyway, it's easy to feel like an imposter being such a small channel. But at the end of the day, like I said, you have more experience than you think you do. You're doing a lot. And then fourth, ask for what you want. Don't be afraid to get out there and ask for what you want. On some of these deals where I'm, talking to people to pay for UGC content or like, brand deals or that sort of thing, sometimes I ask for numbers that I just don't expect to get, and I get them. That happened with a couple of our sponsorships this last year, but then also like sometimes it doesn't work. There was an example really recently, someone wanted to buy exclusive rights to some of my content, and I thought about it and sort of thought about the long-term pros and cons of them like owning that exclusively. And I realized that the number needed to be pretty high for me to be comfortable with that. So I shot out a number to them and they said, we've never paid that much for content and we're not going to. And I said, okay, you can't have it then. And so I just held my ground there. Even though they were willing to pay me a good amount, it wasn't enough for me. And so ask for what you want, because if you don't ask, you're never gonna get it. Finally, again, the last takeaway here is just don't rely on AdSense. If you have a small channel, even if you have a large channel, but you're struggling or feeling like you're under monetizing, let me know in the comments where you're at. I would love to talk monetization strategy with you. I want you to hyper monetize your channel, just like we have on this one. There is so much that you can do. And this is just one of our case studies. I mean, we have so many case study channels we're working on, and even being so busy, I mean, this is one that I work on exclusively in the evenings, on the weekends, spending basically as little time as possible doing it so that I can do other things like my regular job and being with my family. And this is something you could do. I'm very confident that you could do and totally repeat what we have done on this channel. So let me know in the comments if there's any way that I can help you. This is Nathan with Channel Makers. We'll see you later. Oh, and one last thing. If you want to see our whole system for how I've basically taken this channel to success at such a small size, go check out this video where we walk through our entire system for growing a channel successfully as quickly as possible. I think you're going to like it a lot.